Hey guys, I'm back to another video. Today is my E3 2016 predictions video. Now, these predictions are going to be more lenient on PlayStation just because I have seen more PlayStation news and I've been following a lot more PlayStation news leading up to E3. And on top of that, Nintendo straight up said that they're only showing Zelda, I believe. And the NX is not even going to be present at E3 as well. So Nintendo already lost E3 without the event even starting. So I'm still going to get into Microsoft as well. So the order I'm going to do this is I'm going to go PlayStation, Microsoft, then Nintendo. So without further ado, let's begin with the first company, PlayStation. I'm not going to go into all of the other companies like Bethesda and all these other people because I really don't have a lot of news or like background behind them. So whatever they announce, I will definitely talk about it within my Two Players podcast episode, which will happen next week. So be sure to go and look out for that. We're literally going to talk about everything in terms of E3 and whatever news we could go and get our hands on. So it should be a fun episode. Anyways, today let's get into PlayStation on their E3 predictions. So what do I think they will announce? First up is the PlayStation 4.5 rumor that has been going around. It's pretty much a new PlayStation 4, but with better specs. And I want to know what these specs are and how much the price of this new console is going to be. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are not willing to just sell their PlayStation 4 for this new PS 4.5 if it's not going to be that much better, you know. So this upgrade better be substantial, I would say. The PlayStation VR, I expect more details on the hardware itself and the games. You know, I would love to go and see more games on the PlayStation VR to maybe convince me to buy it. You know, like if they announce like a God of War game for like PlayStation VR, I would probably look into that. You know, I'm not necessarily gonna say I'm gonna buy the PlayStation VR, but it'll definitely push me a little bit forward towards buying one, if you know what I'm saying. Another rumor that has been going around is a Spider-Man game being developed by Sucker Punch Productions. If you guys don't know who Sucker Punch is, they made the Sly Cooper games, and then more recently they have been doing Infamous, which is a sort of like a superhero tale where a normal guy gets powers and now he uses them for good or evil depending on what you choose. And the way that they do Cole or Delson's powers from ever since the beginning of Infamous up until now has been fantastic. They have improved so much since then, and I think that if they get their hands on Spider-Man, it would be like the best combo ever, you know, because now Sucker Punch could work on the wall crawling, they could work on the web slinging, and I think Sucker Punch is honestly right now the best company to work on a Spider-Man game, if you were to ask me, just because of their background with Infamous. So if this rumor is true, I will be very, very excited for this game, and I hope it turns out well, because there has not been a fantastic Spider-Man game in a very, very long time. The last two Spider-Man games I would say that I really, really enjoyed was the Spider-Man 2 movie, which was released on GameCube, Xbox, and PS2, and Ultimate Spider-Man, which was also released on those consoles, and I love those two games. Those two games are freaking fantastic. And, you know, Spider-Man Shattered Dimension was pretty good, but it didn't have that open world, you know, feel to work around with. It was a much more of a linear experience, or, yeah, I think that's the word, linear experience. And you know what, that was fine, but I'd much rather play a Spider-Man game where I'm in New York City and web slinging around and doing missions and all that other stuff. Naughty Dog, what do I expect from them this year? No news at all, or a new piece of news about their Uncharted 4 DLC maybe, you know, the story DLC that they, I believe, announced a while ago. Or even a new IP, but I highly doubt them announcing a new IP just because they just came out with Uncharted 4, and I'm pretty sure that they don't want to come out with a new IP, or even The Last of Us 2. If they do announce The Last of Us 2, I would be very, very excited for that, just because I love The Last of Us. I played it like 3 times at this point. It's a fantastic game. I love it. So if they do announce something, Naughty Dog, it'll probably be Uncharted 4 DLC, or The Last of Us 2, or a new IP, but I highly doubt the new IP. It'll probably be believe be Last of Us or Uncharted. And as for me anyways, I'm pretty sure no one else has put this on their E3 predictions, but I'm still hoping for a Sly Cooper 5. It is still not announced on exactly what Sucker Punch is working on, so it could be a new Sly Cooper game. It could be, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Since our games is still working on Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, so all I'm expecting from this year's E3 is something from Sucker Punch and Naughty Dog, more VR news, and then the new PlayStation 4.5 to be announced. Moving on to Microsoft, I have not been following a lot of Microsoft news in the last couple of months, I would say, but I did try my best to go and look up some E3 rumors. One rumor that I did find was that there's another Xbox One model rumored around, just like the PlayStation 4.5. It's going to be a upgrade from the Xbox One, and it's pretty much a better system. Again, what I'm wondering, specs and price. So hopefully that, if it is true, we'll see that at the event. I'm expecting more info on Gears of War 4, because I think Gears of War 4 right now is Microsoft's flagship first-party Xbox One title right now. They don't have a lot of exclusives going around for the Xbox One, so I'm expecting Gears of War 4 to get a lot of attention during this event. And if it doesn't, I would be very, very surprised. Maybe they'll come out with a new game, maybe Killer Instinct 2 or something like that. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure what Microsoft has under the hood right now. There has been a lot of rumors going around for their games, I believe. But overall, my expectations for their press conference are pretty low. So hopefully that they come out better than Nintendo, because Nintendo already shot themselves in the foot. So let's get into them. Nintendo has already announced that Zelda for Wii U and NX will not be coming out this year, but next year in 2017. And on top of that, the NX will not be at E3. So yeah, they pretty much shot themselves in the foot before the event even started. And on top of that, the only game that will be at the Nintendo booth, I believe, will be only Zelda for Wii U. And that's a bit strange, I think, because they are pretty much saying that this is our only title that we have right now that's playable. Everything else is probably in development and all this other stuff. But who knows? Nintendo could surprise us with a digital event or something like that. We'll exactly have to wait and see what Nintendo has in store to win us fans back and be on their side again. Because right now there's a lot of people jumping around being like, am I pro Nintendo or am I against Nintendo, basically? And I'm sort of in the middle. I'm not necessarily jumping shit, because as you can tell, I love their products. I love Nintendo. It's just that they seem to not be they aren't with the consumer. They aren't exactly with Microsoft and PlayStation on exactly what the consumer wants. I feel like PlayStation and Microsoft know what they're doing, and Nintendo's kind of just running around with their heads cut off, just well, maybe this will work or something like that. Only Zelda on the floor at E3, sort of a bad idea, I think. But that's just my opinion. These are just my predictions, so none of these are right, none of these are wrong, because we cannot see into the future. So, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have not already, subscribe. I put new videos up every Saturday. I appreciate everyone that has watched this video. Be sure to like the video if you guys did enjoy. If you guys want to go and follow me on Facebook and Twitter, you can do that. Links will be in the description below. I might be live tweeting during the E3 press conferences. I'll see exactly what I'll do. But yeah, I am definitely excited for this year's E3, especially for PlayStation, because I just want to see new games by them. So, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching this video again, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos. Game on, gamers!